Good afternoon. My name is Chris Tennyson. I'm the Regional Superintendent of Schools for Leogal and Whiteside counties. I also have the privilege of serving on the Project Open Board for the last year and a half. Obviously, in my position as Regional Superintendent, the things that we do with Project Open, I kind of focus on the lens of my K-12 students. I oversee and work with 24 school districts in 3 counties. And it's really important to me that our students are getting their needs met. Unfortunately, a lot of our students, some of their family members struggle with addiction issues, and some of our students also struggle with addiction issues. So it's always been important to me to try and focus on ways that we can help and support those students and their families. As you know, this last year has been extremely trying for a lot of us, those of us that went through remote learning and tried to stay engaged and tried to stay productive. It worked for a small portion of the population, but we had a lot of students and families that struggled with it. I read a couple reports recently, one that estimates that just what we've been through in the last year and a half will have a 2 to 5 year impact on each student's education. So we're going to be working hard to try and get them caught up. No knowledge at this point of the impact of the social emotional stress. I also have the privilege of running the alternative schools for our 3 counties. And we get students that are referred to us that have either had severe discipline issues or have suffered traumas at an early age and suffer from stress and anxiety issues. And when we had all of our districts back to in-person learning in January, we had all 24 districts back in January. Between January and the end of February, we had so many referrals to our alternative school that we had to stop taking students and have a waiting list, which was really tough on us because we want to serve all those students that are suffering with the stress and anxiety issues. So one of the things we like to do at our office is try and figure out how we address problems. We had some conversations this spring here at our office with some of the admin team, and we talked about what can we do to try and get out there and help the families in our counties that were struggling with remote learning, their kids were struggling with remote learning, and maybe even find out there were some additional things that they were struggling with that we could maybe provide assistance for here at our office. And we came up with the NEXUS program, and I'm very excited today to be talking to you about our NEXUS program. I'm going to introduce the person that I'm excited to be in charge of our NEXUS program, Diana Merdian. She's been working with our families in Rock Falls for several years now, and part of the preschool grant that we have, and has just done incredible work assisting those families with things that they struggle with. So it's my pleasure to introduce her and have her with me today. And I'm going to talk to her a little bit about the NEXUS program and what we're hoping to accomplish. So good afternoon, Diana.
Good afternoon, Chris. Thanks for having me.
So why don't you start out with telling us a little bit about the NEXUS program and giving us a brief overview.
So like you kind of teased there, our NEXUS program is kind of this new innovative way to support our schools and our families and our communities. Our slogan is stronger families, stronger schools, and stronger communities. So we want to make sure that we're kind of hitting all 3 of those avenues. And one of the first things that we're going to be offering specifically out of our office and the professional development team is not only professional development for our teachers and staff, but personal development and kind of walking through that trauma that our teachers and staffs might have been going through themselves and working through some of those things that they might have been struggling with this last year and, might be carrying over. And so we want to make sure that we offer support to them first so that we can have our teachers there when our students and our families are ready. And then the next kind of level of support would be our support for our families. And some of the work that we've been doing in early childhood is great, and we are able to offer so many support and resources to our families. But we noticed that there was a huge gap after early childhood, after families got out of preschool and then went to kindergarten all the way through 12th grade. So we wanted to fill that gap, and the regional office is in a great position to be able to kind of offer the support to our school districts, support that has never really been offered before, and support that some of our school districts just don't have the capacity or manpower to do themselves. And so we're able to offer that through our system.
And I'm really excited about this opportunity that I think we're going to be able to take on to help our districts help their families. So why don't you tell me a little bit about the staff that we have working in this program?
So I am so pleased with our staff. with our staff we have 3 women, and combined we have over 25 years worth of experience of working with families, whether that's through their substance abuse journey, homelessness, unemployment, just accessing community resources and basic needs. So we have a very, very strong team here. And so we're very excited and we're very passionate about our community. And so we just, want to be able to help families kind of navigate through that. And, we have a lot of different communities, different districts with different needs. And so we're hoping to be able to tailor some of the support for our families and our districts to the needs that are specific to their community.
Awesome. I know we presented this summer to our superintendents, the idea of this program and how we felt we could get involved and help their families that are struggling. I know we've had a number of districts sign up. Can you give us an idea of how many districts we've had sign up at this point?
Yeah, so out of our 24 school districts within our region, we have 11 school districts so far that have committed to partnering with the regional office and our program to offer the support for our families. As of today, our districts are AFC, Amboy, Byron, East Coloma, Montmorency, Oregon, Paw Paw, Polo, and Rock Falls District 13 and Bi-County Special Ed Co-op.
Awesome. I know I spoke a little bit earlier about our alternative school, and that's one of the big things I'm involved in. And we actually have found some funding and we hired an additional teacher. We're going to open up an additional classroom. So we're hoping to be able to take those students that are really struggling and help them in our smaller setting. But what are some other additional supports that the ROE is going to be providing the schools as we return to in-person learning this fall?
So some of the things that we have offered in the past is, support with getting those kind of warm handoffs with community agencies. Some of those support systems can be challenging for people to navigate through. Some of them have special requirements, special forms that need to be filled out. So we want to be able to support families in that way. But also, where are those agencies? Where, who's the right person to contact? If you're a family that struggles with having enough phone minutes, you can't really be playing phone tag. You want to be able to get in touch with the person and get it handled right now. And then also, offering support for, mental health issues and concerns, and also like finding support with financial literacy and learning. And we also will be offering various parent and family education series, whether that's understanding my Medicaid benefits, child development and milestones, the IEP process, and or even just if I'm a parent that is struggling with my own mental health challenge, how do I effectively parent my children when I'm trying to cope and kind of deal with some of these things internally. Along with that, offering access to what providers take my insurance and kind of navigating that as well.
So those sound like some great supports we're going to offer. Let's say that you're helping out my children or my family, and it's obvious we need to be hooked up with another agency or get supports from another agency. Are Nexus able to help with that? Are the support specialists able to help with those referrals and making sure we can get to those appointments?
Yes, we have various things that, depending on the barriers that families individually face to get those services, we have a lot of kind of workarounds and, problem solving that we can do to help with that. And so, we've worked within our communities for a while, so we know what avenues we're able to tap into. And so whether that's transportation or getting stuff copied, getting original documents, things like that, those are all things that we can do. We're also tapped into the Sauk Valley Stars IRIS, which is a coordinated referral system. And so that we can, link those families with our community agencies so that we can also fill those slots that agencies are struggling to fill because they can't find families that qualify for their programs. So we're hoping to be able to kind of streamline that also for our communities.
So is the ROE going to need to bill any of these families that are getting support in order to help pay for the program?
So no family will be charged any fee for any service that they receive through the ROE. The schools are working with the ROE and have partnered to offer this service as part of their partnership with the ROE. So no families will ever be charged for any of the services that we provide.
So let's say that I'm watching this video and I'm a family member that's interested in finding out more about the program. Who should I reach out to get some additional information?
So all we ask is that you reach out to your school district. They should have either a point person or a team, and they can, kind of go over what your concerns are and kind of what your struggles are, and they can get your information over to us, and then we can start that process of trying to see what supports we can offer.
And what if I'm a member of a community agency who's watching this and wants to either make sure that I'm involved with helping families if they need help from our agency, or maybe even involved in donating to the program to make sure that they have the funding to help these families? Who should I get a hold of to talk to about that?
So you can either call the ROE or you can email us, and we will get you in contact with our IRIS system because we want to make sure that our referral system has as many community organizations in the referral system so that we can, get those families connected as soon as possible. And so we are officially launching our referral network on the 16th of August. We already have, I believe, 6 providers ready to go. And then we already have our next wave lined up after that. So we're really excited to be able to offer this. And so we definitely want as many community agencies as humanly possible to make this a really strong network for our community.
Awesome. I know this is a new program, and you and I have had conversations about what we think the great things that are going to happen as a result of this. But can you take a minute and just talk a little bit about the impact you've had over the past couple of years just with families in Rock Falls?
So I don't want to take total credit for the impact. The families that I've worked with have been the ones that have actually done the work. I have worked with amazing families that have just done so much, and they're so resilient. And I'm so very proud of each and every one of them. But some of the things that we've been able to do is help families get into stable housing, help families have food for over Christmas break. We've linked community agencies, and we've really been able to kind of chip away at those constant stresses that parents and families are struggling with. And I can't say that every problem is solved, but as we can slowly kind of tackle those basic needs and really help and support the whole family, not just our early childhood students, not just our parents, but the whole family, whether that's a parent and child, whether that's a parent and 5 children. We want to support the whole family because the whole family is going to be successful. And we really want to be able to offer that support. So, it's just like some of those things, it's exciting. That's what I'm most passionate about. And so I'm just happy that I'm part of it, and I'm part of the ability to help them. Like I said, they're the ones that are doing all the work.
I'm really excited. The big part of this program for me is that, yes, we're going to be there to help students, and they're our main focus. But also, as we get involved in this program and working with the families, the thought of being able to provide support to family members that aren't even in school anymore is so meaningful, because we all know when there's stress in family situations at home, it can be stressful on everyone, not just the students, but the parents and any other family members that are living there. So I'm excited about that. And that's kind of the end of the questions I had for you. Is there anything else I didn't ask that I should have, Diana, that you want people to know about Nexus?
One of the things that I did want to highlight, just because I think in our area, there's sometimes kind of a misconception about our families in transition and our homeless families in our area. We have, where in our 3-county area, we had 325 families that were identified as homeless last year. And, I know some people might not think that that's because they might not see it as visibly as in some other urban areas, but it is an issue, and it is something that we are going to really, work with and support our families, because we have the ability to work with them, and we have the ability to kind of chip away at those barriers to try and get them into stable housing and to try and get them into a place. I mean, we've been able to do it before. It's not impossible. It's just kind of, working through those. And so I just want to let everybody know that we are really trying to address that.
Okay. Well, again, anybody that would like more information on the NEXUS program, please call our office here in Sterling. It's 815-625-1495. And you can ask for me or Diana. We'd be happy to talk with you more about it. We're excited about the program, and I'm going to look forward to hopefully jumping on another Tuesday Talk in a semester or so and give everyone an update on the impact that we've been able to create. So thanks for joining me today, Diana. I hope everyone enjoyed the talk, and please get a hold of us if you have any other questions.
Thank you, Chris.